Sawadee Krap. Welcome to Think Pink Podcast, episode number 20. Man, I didn't even think I was going to get this far into it, but really enjoying it. And even just, obviously everyone knows my little thing about trying to build my YouTube up and stuff, and seeing how quickly it's coming up is so cool. Like, I don't know how it works for other people when they're trying to build a YouTube channel, but seeing me reaching these little number goals each week and stuff is really cool. And I appreciate everyone who watches and joins in. And I'm going to be doing a draw on Wednesday for the free shirt, for the free gym shirt, which will include shipping and everything out to you. I'll do that via Instagram Live. And yeah, so this week's episode, we have the Pana Trator, Pana, coming on. We've just finished the conversation, and man, like, even just thinking about it now, my hair's standing on end again. Like, seeing his journey and knowing who he was when he came in the gym, and seeing who he is now. For those who have seen the reel where he talks about the development of himself as a human, man, this is what Muay Thai's about, you know, like. And now for me, in my eyes, it's time to go to that next level for him, because he's got it in him, and everyone saw it on Saturday night. So post Pride, he lost unanimously, but aside from copping an 8 count in every round, he won the round. So on the judges' scorecards, it was still 10-9s, even though he copped 8 counts, which shows how, once his body was fucked, he was fucked. Like, it was compromised, and that is what it is, right? He, in his third round, was his strongest, and he did so good. Just showed massive heart. It's just all the back of house stuff now he's got to work on, so, which is cool. And just seeing how far he's come to where he is now is pretty cool, and I can genuinely say I love this kid. Like, my wife said it, I often, look at these guys as my own children. I have, my 2 kids here and that I live with every day, and, do my best job as I can as a parent. And, my other parenting is done at the gym. So, yeah, this is a really good episode. Our longest one to date, but, man, there's so much to take out of this. I appreciate Pana coming on to do this, and I hope you really enjoy it. So take it away. Pana Trator, how are you, brother?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, man. Just having a random fucking chat pre fucking recording. Like, where the fuck do I start with this? Man, so coming off the back of Pride Fight Series, it's now Monday. This will be out on Thursday. How's the body feeling?
Body's feeling alright. In the fight, I got dropped 3 times in the liver, so my ribs aren't sore. It's just the inside a little bit.
Yep.
Just the little things will sort of make it hurt. It's just something I can feel.
Yep.
But mostly it's my legs.
Yep.
My shin a little bit, my foot.
Pretty normal for you.
Everything that, I usually hurt.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. It's funny, man. Like, there'll be times where, like, 'cause I was similar. I was a leg kicker and shit, and there'll be times where I'll get to the end of a fight. I'm like, whoa, I'm not sore.
Yeah.
And like, any excuse to run upstairs and like just doing weird little childish shit because I wasn't hurt.
My legs aren't sore. I didn't even fight.
Yeah, exactly. It's like our little fucking trophies, I guess. So, how did Saturday night go for those who didn't see it?
Besides getting dropped in the body each round, I pretty much took out the fight.
Yeah.
It sucks when you see it like that, but it's a fight game. You can't win a fight if you get dropped. So but there's a lot I can take out of that, and most of the things I take out of it is the stuff that people say to me after the fight. Obviously, getting hit in the head is one thing, but for me, getting hit in the body is the fucking worst.
Costa Zoo used to say it. He used to love body shotting people because like, you recover in 10 seconds from a headshot. Like, not a bad one, like a flash knockdown or something, but the body's compromised for the rest of the fight, no matter what.
I think literally the only other time I've ever been actually hurts the body was against Muay.
Yep.
In the first round, he body ripped me,
That's
and
right.
I was like, "Fuck!" I had to. I think that was with WBC rules. I had to like take a knee, otherwise you can.
Yeah. There was no 8 count. There was no standing 8 counts.
Yeah.
They've changed that now. There was no standing 8 counts at the time. Yeah.
So I had to go down. That was pretty fucked. The rest of the fight was fine, but this one, as soon as I got kicked, it sucked, and then I got kicked again. Had to go down, and then pretty much
Once a round.
I'd get
3 rounds.
kicked once or twice, and then the one after it would fucking drop me again.
Yeah. You'd see ones where it was just like, oh fuck, going backwards. Like
It just shuts you down.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
Even when I was down, I reckon it was the 3rd round.
I didn't think you were gonna make that count.
Yeah, I got kicked in the body and it hurt like I went down in the second one, like it fucked.
Yeah.
And then he right kicked me just across the stomach.
Right across, like straight across the front.
Yeah, and I was like, went down. I heard you. I think you said get up on 6.
Get up on 6.
And I was on that 6. If you had this microphone on me, it just would have been like, like just wheezing. I couldn't. But as soon as you get up and you like lift your chest up, you can sort of breathe again.
This is kind of like for the people at home who have never been dropped with a body shot. Like I always say, the first thing you have to do is reset your breathing. And to reset your breathing is like 3 deep breaths, no matter how hard they are. Like you'll fight it, but then because what getting dropped with a body shot does is, like if it's liver, it's different, but if it's like that winded feeling, and that's obviously that last one especially, it was like that winded sort of feeling, it's air getting pushed out while you're trying to take an in-breath. So it's like your lungs lose their timing. So you just got to reset with that, with like deep breath, out. 3 deep breaths should reset it. It's not going to make you feel any better as far as being compromised in the body, but it gets the breathing fixed.
And you can always keep going with a body shot.
Like never stay down from the first one.
Nah, never.
Nah.
Like even if I stay down from the 3rd one, I think I said it to someone. I was like, it's fucking good effort you got up. I was like, if I stayed down for any of them, I probably would have still been at the back, fucking putting my head in.
Yeah, man.
Instead of walking around and talking to people,
Being proud
I
of
would have been
yourself.
at the back, like fucking, I shouldn't have fucking.
Yeah, man.
stood up.
Like I think, honestly, like that performance for me was probably hands down your best performance. Considering where, like we've had the chat, where I think your mind is at. Like that performance was exactly what it takes to be a fighter. And then we just got to fix the stuff out the back.
Yeah.
Like it's like that was actually like super proud, bro. Like I honestly would struggle to think of another fight aside from probably Cruz Briggs versus Jonathan Aiulu where someone showed that much heart.
Yeah.
Like getting up and continuing and going harder than before and finishing stronger, you know?
The last one in the 3rd round was, I think I fucking, what did I do? I got up and I turned around. I faced the other way. He was sort of over here. I turned into the other corner. As soon as I turned around, it's like I just seen him and just
Like, fuck him.
ran at him.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like if you watch the video, no stance, just fucking ran him.
Man, the thing is,
an
like,
elbow.
I've said this things to people before, like, when you practice good technique, even doing stupid shit still looks okay. Like, it still looks like Muay Thai. Whereas, a lot of people just practice doing stupid shit or just swing and ding. So no matter how relaxed they are in the ring, it still looks shit.
That's what I always say to most of the amateur guys as well. Make sure whatever you do in training, no matter what it is, always make sure it's like as perfect as possible.
Yep.
So if your hand goes here, it finishes right at the bottom.
Yep.
Because in the fight, when you're gassed or you throw something quick, it's gonna start here and finish here.
Yes.
But if you do that in training, you're probably not even gonna swing your arm in the fight.
Because that was my take for Riggs' fight from the weekend was like, now it's time to fix certain things in the gym, like work hard on them now. Like get them perfected while you can, while you've got nothing, no pressure, no nothing, get those things fixed because that's the problem.
Yeah.
You don't, with Rig, you don't have to worry about heart, you don't have to worry about him overthinking shit. It's just like, whereas when his subconscious issue was knowing that in the gym his hands are down all the time, like nothing returns. So when he gets into that range, it's like get hit, hands up.
Yeah.
Get hit, hands up. Because it's not, the hands aren't there.
Yeah.
Because that's, the product I say of training for a long time without fighting is you lose all the risk.
Yeah.
There's no risk involved, so it's like, okay, I can do whatever now. It's like, you know, there was that, I almost jumped in and had a fight last year. Was it last year? Last year's. September last year or whatever. But it was like, my thought process with it was, I'll do it, but I know the issue is going to be, I have no consequence for lack of action. So it's, in the gym, you have that thing where a lot of people pedestal their trainer, so they're not going to go as hard as they should on, or as, you know, they're not going to believe in beating their trainer, being able to beat their trainer.
Or something.
So when it came time for me to jump in on like in Thailand, I knew, man, it didn't bother me. I don't give a fuck, you know, but it was that whole, I know there's so many flaws in my game now because I don't have any consequence for actions. And it's only mindfulness that fixes my issues now.
Yes.
Like it's not like getting tagged in training going, okay, I've got to start working on that, you know? So 4 fights for the year.
4, yes.
Yep. 2 and 2. The 2 losses were both fights of the show.
Yeah, fight of the night on Pride, yeah.
Carly was saying, you're like, where's my bonus? And she goes, fucking win one or something.
Yeah.
When you win one.
Wouldn't even give me shorts.
But yeah, like I hung around after, like at the show, like I was, you know, as I do, sometimes I'm pretty hard on myself after fight shows and stuff, and I didn't leave the show until 2 hours after it was done. Like the ring left before I did. And just talking to everyone and stuff, but man, everyone was saying the same sort of thing. It was like, you know you're getting entertained and by us, you know. And man, at the end of the day, people are buying tickets to go and watch a fight show, and it's a show.
Yeah, to be entertained.
And fucking, we may have entertained some people, you know. Like we're both of them, bro. Like, you know, you and Rig, Rig was doing some dumb shit, but when you can look at someone who hasn't had a proper fight in 7 years, like he had one fight 5 years ago where he jumped in on 3 weeks notice with zero training before that 3 weeks, and against another dude who was in a similar boat. They were both out of shape, and it was actually hilarious. And they went 5 rounds of that, and then the last one was in Thailand, which was literally like, he'd trained a couple of days a week and then did fight like 10 days in Thailand, or not even, I think it was 8 days of training in Thailand and had a fight. He hasn't had a proper fight prep, and aside from those lack of technique things, his fight prep was amazing.
Yeah, great, yeah.
Like, I've always said it, I said it to Jason I was talking after the fight show with, it was like me, Jason, his mate Matt, Marguerite, Joey and Greg, and I was like, this was like well after everyone was gone, and I was like, Jason's easy at a fight show. Like he'll be like, oh, this now. Rig's a fucking piece of piss.
Yeah.
But you'll think it's not. You'll think he's so caught up in his thoughts because he talks to himself and he's like, come on, I fucking like psychs himself up and shit. Like he's a different animal, but it's also an age thing. Like,
true.
You know, like, and like for those who watched the episode I did with Rig, it was that whole, he's had a rough trot. Like he comes from, man, similar to myself, like good family and stuff, but he chose to do the wrong shit. And I think that's where a lot of people find that inner strength that in a different way is when they chose to fuck up. It wasn't put on them by, you know, if they got diddled or whatever it is, you know, that stuff that is so deeply, you know, you still make your own choices.
Yeah.
And you still have the choice to fuck up or not. But when you choose to literally just, it's almost like rebelling, which I still say it's not rebelling, it's actually conforming. Because rebelling is not doing all that shit.
Yes, yeah.
Because all the, like, rebelling is like you're the rebel. Like, not doing the party thing, not being the drinker, not, you know, like, you're being the rebel. And that's the thing where you want to be a fucking rebel, don't fucking vape, don't smoke cigarettes, don't party, don't fucking take your pingers on the week. That's not rebelling, that's conforming. That's actually being the ultimate loser.
Yeah.
And that's the path that me and Rig chose.
Yeah.
And the path that guys like, you know, Jason's obviously had his time doing silly things, but still way less than 99.9% of the population of your age, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so I was pretty much doing it as well, but I stopped
when I
started when I was 20.
You
did a
couple of things as a kid and
I've seen the things that leads to.
Yeah.
And I was like, not happening.
And that was the thing, like I most of my friends were older than me, and when I say friends, I say it very loosely. But they've been doing what I was doing for a lot longer. And I was like, I'm going to outdo these guys. That was my mentality. Until the day I woke up where I was like, now I've got to outdo all these people by turning my life around better than any of them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So let's talk about, like, you got no secrets, right? Like,
not really.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, man, you're from an ethnic background. There's separated parents. Man, two people who I fucking get along very fucking well with, both sides. Like, I get along well with everyone in your fucking family, bro. Like, but you know I love Greeks anyway. So, what was, so your thing, I know your thing was weed, right? Like, when you started training, you were like a full bonghead.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Bonghead video gamer.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that. Like, what sort of age you started, whether you see a link between the two, like, as being, you know, because at the end of the day, man, it's two addictions.
True. Yeah.
It's two things that play chemical games in your head and stuff. I remember in the early days you tried convincing me that you just like video games, and people do like them, but I still think there's a lot more behind it than just liking video games. What age did you start smoking weed? What came first, the chicken or the egg? Was it the?
I reckon it was
games or the weed.
The games were like since I was fucking like 4 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, like as a kid.
So that was probably a precursor for weed anyway.
Maybe, but yeah, I played forever as a kid.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't go to parties even like when I was fucking 14, 15. Everyone go to parties and drink at school, and I'd be at home just like on the microphone. Like I play with my cousins at that age and shit. We'd just talk to each other and play games together. For me, I think that's a better path, but obviously you say the video games could be detrimental as well, but of the two things, I think that was a better one to be on.
I say it's kind of like, my comparison to that would be, I'd much rather have been a heroin addict than a meth addict.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
And you're more likely to come out the other side of being a gamer than you are coming out the other side of being a junkie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure,
So and you're more likely to come out the other side if you don't overdose. I mean, like mentally, you're more likely to come out the other side of heroin than you are out of meth. So I get what you mean, and knowing that, you know, man, you're in the northern suburbs of Adelaide where shit goes wrong pretty fucking quickly, and you're probably right. You probably were better off doing that than going to parties with, you know, I know some of your mates or whatever and it's sad, bro. Like,
yeah, it is, but
but exactly. But it is what it is. It ain't on us.
No,
it ain't on you.
Exactly.
You did.
I changed it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, exactly. And anyone can. And that's a part of that story, right? Like, you literally like started training just before the scamdemic.
Yeah.
You were supposed to have your first fight, 11 weeks into training. 10 weeks into training from zero.
I think I started Feb. Fight was in April.
Yeah. So looking back at that, like, my mentality now, it was probably a silly idea, but at the same time, the dude who you were fighting had been training about the same amount of time anyway.
Yeah, and I ended up fighting him anyway.
Yeah, fought him 12 months later. So when you first walked in the gym, you were still smoking weed?
I didn't stop until the year later. So I started 2021.
Yep.
I think I like full like cold turkey on the 1st of Jan 2021
Okay.
from 2020.
Yeah. So you just
started 2020 and stopped 2021.
Yep. So
I was slowing down, but
Yeah.
I completely stopped in 2021.
Yep. Yeah, it's even like so many people try and be advocates for weed smoke and man, you'll never convince me, like no one will ever convince me that the positives outweigh the negatives.
No.
It's such a cop out, and the only people who say it are people who just don't want to stop.
Yeah.
Like, man, there are health benefits in weed, in cannabis.
There's health benefits.
But you're not smoking bowls,
everything.
not smoking weed.
Yeah.
Not sitting there smoking weed as a daily thing. There is zero
I remember
benefit.
I used to say like, weed's not addictive, but like, weed's not addictive, you just like to do it. But then if you can't eat or you can't, at some stages you couldn't even eat because if you ate without smoking, I'd get nauseous and feel sick.
Yep.
Because you play that weird thing in your mind, but that's addiction.
Yes,
if you can't
100%,
do something because
it's mental addiction.
You haven't smoked
And
this.
at the end of the day, mental, being physically addicted to something like I was, it's why it wasn't hard for me to walk away from it.
Yeah.
Because there was no real mental addiction for me with the heroin once I'd started putting my life into place. Before it was like the escape from the bullshit, the shit that I hated about life. And then it was, hang on, things are starting to fall into place here. I'm starting to do things that are leading to where I want to be.
Yeah.
So that was my mental side of it. So then when I stopped, the physical side of it, okay, I went through withdrawals and then I was like, okay, done now. Never thought about it again.
Yeah, I think I was a bit of an angry cunt apparently for 2 weeks, but then I was sweet.
But that's the thing, bro. Like, it's the people around you, people who are supporting. Some people go, just have a bong, man. You've calmed the fuck down, Like, whereas people are like, man, good on you. Like, I'm happy to take this on the chin.
Yeah.
Just make sure in the next, because 2 weeks is the time frame.
Yeah.
With any addiction, really, except for pharmaceuticals, they're evil.
Yeah.
But with most addictions, whether it be like sugar or it's that 2 week detox. And once you detox from it, man, it's easy.
Yeah.
As long as you've got a life to get on with.
Yeah.
If you're doing it to sit at home and do nothing, you're probably going to battle with it every day because you're boredom.
It's with everything, eating.
Yep.
Everyone eats because they're bored, or they fucking do this because they're bored.
Yep.
It's just, yeah.
Make a life. And it's also easy to get bored when you don't have a goal, right? The goal thing is huge. And obviously that's going to be part of your next step now, man, where it's like, where are we going with this? Bro, because honestly, like, back to Saturday night was the most faith I've ever had in you. Like, I don't mean in the lead up, Thursday night, bro, I almost fucking checked out. Like, we had, what I said, that little conversation we had and what you said at the gym, I was like, all right, I knew you'd lost the fight.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I knew on Thursday night, and I can't remember who was sitting next to me, but I do remember afterwards I had a chat, asked Benji and Clint about the chat I had with them after you left.
Yeah.
I was like, I had a chat with them and I was like, fuck, I think he's fucking, I don't think he even realises that he's got this thing in the back of his head that he's going to go out there and that he's not going to win. And this is the thing, I don't have to worry about your conscious, because I know, I can see your conscious. I can see on a shit night, I can see on a good night. I know, walking out there, like, if I was only relying on your conscious, I would know 5 minutes before you go out there, how you're going to go. But with your subconscious, that was the clearest I'd ever seen. I was like, okay, this is where we're at.
Yeah, okay.
But the conscious side of it on Saturday night was that one where I was like, first time, like my hair's standing on and thinking about it. First time I've ever gone, this cat can make it. Like, that's honestly my honest opinion is, you do all the work on that now, bro, and you will exceed anything you've ever expected in life. That's my honest opinion right here. Heard it here first, folks. I called it. And like I say to everyone as well, like, you're not always going to have a good night.
Yeah,
like,
100%, yeah.
But even your shit nights, there's got to be flashes of good in it. And it might not even be. It might not even be in front of the crowd.
Yeah.
It might be something out the back, or you might go out there and get clipped in the first 10 seconds. You're asleep, right?
Yeah.
That happens, and it's. I can sit there and go, oh, man, out the back, like, there's this moment where I seen his fucking head switch on. He just got clipped. You know, like there's. But and let's go before that even. Sometimes it's just like Jason's last one.
Yeah.
That fight prep was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it was actually, and he's in a similar boat to you with, it's all that other shit that goes on that you're not consciously thinking about. You take that out of him and he's already world champion.
Yeah.
And I don't mean, like I talk about on the other podcasts and that, I don't mean a world title holder. World title, anyone can win a world title. Being a world champion is fighting anyone, you may lose the belt, but you've shown that you earned a belt at some point by fighting any of them. And it's, you know, like like Nick Kyrgios right now. He won the Australian title, didn't defend it. It doesn't fucking matter. Because do you know what, man? He's gone to bigger and better things.
Yep.
So he to me, he's a true Australian champion.
Yeah.
And he might not hold the belt anymore, but he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Like, even look at this, you know, this weekend. This weekend got the 8-man, and it's like, fuck. Like, he's doing exactly what a champion should do. So it's that, like I've said, like Jason, that fight prep, if he'd actually just gone and thought, instead of being so disappointed about the end result, which it sucked, but there was so many positives he could have found in that.
Yep.
Because out of including his amateurs, the 28 fucking fights we'd done together, that there was the best fight prep.
Yep.
And same with you for this one. That was the best fight prep you've had. And there's those moments where, you know, you had the same answer for the question nearly the whole time because it's where your focus is at. That was the only thing. That's the only thing I can pick out of that fight prep that was that was shit. Because the rest of it was fucking fantastic. Let's digress a little bit and go on to have you changed any thought processes since Saturday night? I don't mean as in like what you're going to do next, as far as, you know, whether it be, you know, I've suggested sports psychologists and all that sort of stuff. Anything else? Like, did you surprise yourself on Saturday night, or you knew that was you? You knew that you had that all along?
As in I knew, I don't know, you sort of just, I haven't watched the fight back, and the thing is, I forget like some of the shit I did.
Yeah.
In a sense. Like,
because the fighting didn't match your corner, what was in the corner. Like that video I shared.
Yeah.
It's miserable.
Yeah, that's where my brain went. I remember watching that video.
Yeah.
And it's like, my body's fucking sore, like it was.
Yeah.
I was like, fucking hell.
And then you said something.
If you watch the third round, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because I said something, once again, I said something positive, and then you went back to negative.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much the same, I think, between the first and second rounds as well.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, that's that subconscious shit. But you know, obviously I asked you a question, now I'm answering it for you, but I think that's your wake-up call, that when you're running off your subconscious in the actual fight, and it's just like, fuck, this is what I gotta do, you know, like, it's not your subconscious, your conscious, I mean, like, that, you surprised me on Saturday night. Because, man, ask your dad. He asked me what my prediction for the fight was. And I was like, depends which Pana rocks up. And I go, if it's the Pana who rocked up to the last fucking Adelaide show, I go, he loses.
Yeah.
If it's the Pana who I know who Pana could be, something like that, he bashes him. Or he knocks him out really early and learns fucking nothing.
Yeah.
That was more. It was something along those lines. But it was a chat I had with your dad. I think it was the morning of. I reckon morning of the fight. But yeah, like, so Does Saturday night change your goals, your drive, your anything? Like, does it, or is it still at the same sort of thing you want to be doing? Just
I'm not sure with it all. Like, I struggle with anything I do in life, like whether it's Muay Thai or just in life. I struggle to have not to have a goal, but to think of the future. I like just fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I think I've said to you, or anyone says, if you told me to do 6 rounds in the pads, kick, double kick, completely out of fight prep just randomly, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll do it. Like, the training part for me isn't the struggle. I love training.
Yeah.
Like, I'd kill myself at training every day and still rock up the next day.
Yeah.
But I just got to find that fucking desire to, I don't know, be a champion or something.
Because that's the subconscious wanting to cop out. That's that same problem. Your generation, bro. Anyone like under 30, it's the same thing. It's like the whole world teaches them that, it doesn't matter. You know, just do your best, mate.
Yeah.
You know, like, do your best on the day. Nah, you know what, get fucked. Like, that's that systematic fucking bullshit of holding everyone back, I reckon. And man, that's why I've suggested, I'm a big one now. Like, I believe in sports psychologists and what they've done. Inbox Kim and ask him about, because he got knocked out really badly. First Wes Kappa, like, bad. It was like he was going through some stuff. I think it was like a breakup or something at the time, and then I think it was a second round or something. Got fucking like flatlined, and he got onto a sports psychologist after that. Which, man, he went on to fucking like excel again, you know, like afterwards. But it fucked him at the time, you know. And game changer shit, man. It's like just changes your whole perspective on. You follow the steps that they recommend and the things you got to say to yourself but goal setting just in life is a huge thing, man. And the problem is where our brains go with goal setting is, what if I don't make it?
Yeah.
Like, that's why you have your steps along the way, because you're still making goals.
Yeah, you're still making steps.
You're still hitting smaller goals on the way to that big one.
Yeah, yeah.
And, you know, then while you're still hitting those little goals, maybe it's like you have a career-ending injury. You've still hit a goal. That means you just got to set a new ultimate goal, you know? Yeah. And it could be fucking anything, man. It can be fucking stripper if you want it to be, but you know what I mean? Like, get that rig out, son. And yeah, it's once we voice goals and all that sort of stuff, man, it's like, hang on, I'm accountable for this shit.
Yeah,
you know, like,
put it out.
Yeah, and it's important. I think it's super important, and I don't believe there's such thing as negative pressure. Like, I think it's all positive, because pressure makes you go, you know, makes you work.
Yeah.
And when you don't have to worry about the physical side of the work because you put in anyway, man, you don't blow out. You physically blow out. Like, I know you still do it mentally, but you don't physically blow out. So that's one thing, you don't have to worry about getting fat. Like, so take that bit out of it straight away. You're always fit because you're always fucking training.
Yeah.
Like, you have the rarest of rare days off.
Yeah.
It's like, out of fight prep, man, you're there 5 nights a week anyway, and still doing your fucking sprints on a Saturday. Whereas that's the first thing people stop doing when they're out of fight prep, sprints.
Yeah, sprints.
And that's that one thing that keeps you man, can you jump in 2 weeks? Yep. Like, have you been doing your sprints?
It's really like, depends on where you live. Adelaide's fucking pretty small anyway.
There's always places.
It takes me fucking 15 minutes to get there. If I smash it out, it takes me 40 minutes to run up the hills.
Yeah.
And then I go home.
Yeah.
Out of fight prep, I may go get a fucking lunch from the cafe or something.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Day out of it.
Yeah, exactly. But that's exactly it. Like, when people are finding finding a reason. It's like they get to the end of fight prep or whatever, and it's like, all right, put my feet up now.
Well, that's the thing as well. Like I said before, I genuinely just like training.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it never fucks with me. Like if I just sit at home and be like, oh fuck, I'll sit at home for 3 days in a row.
Because that's normally the easiest excuse, right? The easiest excuse is to not be fit.
Yeah. If I'm at home more than 2 days in a row without training, I'm like, what the fuck? Like I feel like I'm gonna get fat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really not.
But you're getting mentally fat.
Yeah.
Like it fucks
with me.
Yeah. Like that's like, I might come into the gym and I might just sit there and watch you guys training, or even just sit there talking to someone while you guys are training. I'm always taking note of what's going on. But the other week when it was because when I'm back in Adelaide, unless it's like an event where I'm going out with my missus for dinner or a movie or like or there's a function on or something, I don't just stay home.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. There was one, I think it was a couple of weeks ago on a Wednesday where I was crook. And I was like, fuck, I just want to be at the fucking gym. Like, and but I couldn't. I was fucked, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, staying home. And that was so weird for me. Like, all I want to do is go to the fucking gym, you know? Like, even if I'm not active while I'm there.
You're just there.
Yeah.
It's the environment.
Yeah, it is. And for me, man, like, I've got 2 families. I've got here and I've got there. Like, that's why I'm such a big one for, I try and give everyone a hug, hello, and goodbye. You know, like I love the people. I love, you know what I mean? It's great. It's as I say forever, like it's my lifesaver, you know? Without Muay Thai. And I hope more people survive because of it, you know? So obviously we're coming up to end of the year. It's our last show for the year. I did have an option for one more show, but I've said fuck it. I've stressed myself out this year, probably more than ever as a trainer. I've probably done my head in more this year than any time before. And you're not going to have a problem with the changes for the new year, but I think other people are. And but that's what it's about. It's about, there's going to be certain things that you're going to have to do, but there's going to be way more things that other people are going to have to do. Like I'm literally just going to start pulling fights and stuff now, and it's like, okay, you're not doing your bit, okay, cool, done. And the start of this year, I don't know if I spoke to you about it, but I was like, I'm not going to try and have as many fights this year, and we've done 10 less this year than we did the 2 years previous. So exactly 40 this year.
Yeah.
Last 2 years was exactly 50.
Yeah.
Exactly 40 this year. I honestly wouldn't care if we only had 10 next year.
Yeah.
Like
10 good ones.
Yeah, because my thing was, my escape from reality, I didn't realise until end of last year, was I needed fights. Like the fight, me doing that, me having that focus was the thing holding me together. And I changed my mentality for this year. Man, I've been at a lot of fucking shows again this year.
Yeah.
But even my way of sort of not stepping away from it, but taking a little less pressure and less, I'll say less focus, not needing to focus much, is making those beginners that I normally would have been watching hit pads and shit, just go back to general class.
Yeah.
Then I forget they exist.
Yeah.
And that also lets them check if they want to exist.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of people, especially the amateurs, I don't know, everyone just seems to like the idea of it, but doesn't actually like to train. And it fucking does my head.
They all love to train until it comes time to train.
Yeah.
It's like,
but it's
fight
even,
prep starts, it's like, oh, I'm done now.
Sometimes even out of it, it's like, fuck. I don't know, sometimes you say not to, for me, say not to talk to the amateurs like you would talk to them. But like, sometimes I feel like just, not yelling at them, but
like, what are you doing here?
Like, you fucking actually want to train, because you're going to get in the ring and you're going to hate life.
Yeah.
As soon as that bell goes and you get hit and you can't actually just fucking get out, or just can't put your hands down, and you're just going to get bashed, you're going to fucking hate it.
Because this is what I say.
And you're probably going to quit after that.
Yeah, this is what I say to Jackie. Like, when that kid realises that all he has to do is be fit, and he'll go, oh, fuck, this fighting thing is fun.
Yeah, because he's a cunt to fight. Like,
oh,
you kick him, he catches your kick, he counters. I've got to like properly switch my brain on
Yeah,
to inspire
man.
him.
Yeah.
Most other people, like besides Jason and the other guys, you can just
And that's from
on
experience.
shit. Yeah, you can just work on shit.
Yeah.
But him,
he's actually
it's annoying,
bro. He's actually so good. Hey,
it's annoying.
But it's we've had it with previous people as well, where they have the potential to be really good, but they're not yet. And that's him as well. That's like, it's that you will be good one day, but you're not yet because you're doing 10% of the game. And that's where it changes next year. Like, this lead up he did 3 days, and one of them was the night before the fight. There was 3 days of training in that whole fight prep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And obviously there was some shit that happened outside the gym or whatever, but I said to him, like, okay, now you need to find every reason to be at the gym instead of every excuse not to be.
Yep.
And, I said to his dad as well, I go, you're going to have to start being harder on him because he needs to unprogram a lot of shit in his head, which is the go home and do nothing thing. Like, if he rocks up home, tell him to piss off. Sorry, man, you're going to the gym and I'm going to pick you up from the gym. I'll be at the gym at 8:30, so make sure that you're there. Like, make sure you've actually rocked up to the gym.
Yep.
Like, and it's for the juniors especially. It's the kid wants to do it, but it's on the parent. A lot of it's on the parent.
A lot of it is, yeah. Even when I was a kid, like playing soccer, my dad would leave work early to come take me to training. If I had a shit game, it wasn't, oh, you did all right. Like, I could have a good game and I'd still get told that I did shit.
Yep.
Like, you get told the negatives, which for me, I think that's better, because if you just get told you're good the whole time, like, you're not going to get better, are you?
Yeah, we've seen it with one of our ex-students who everyone told him how good he was, but he wasn't actually good yet. He could have been. And it happens so fucking often, man. Like, these people, like, like, I'm the parent at the school that refuses to let my kid have a participation award, and like in the group chat for all the parents for the soccer team, oh, we're going to put in $13 and get the kids like medals. I'm like, well, don't worry about Antoine.
Yeah.
And Antoine's like, but why? I go, because you were shit.
Yeah.
Like,
legit though.
You didn't win one game.
Yeah.
Did you go to one of his games?
Nah. I think I had something on.
Yeah. It's like, you didn't win one game. Like, there's a couple of good guys on the team, but when I say good, like, better than the rest, but the best guys in our team were shitter than the worst guys on pretty much every other team.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are they getting a medal for?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
It's...
Because they're not going to improve. They're going to be like, oh, fuck, I did it.
Yeah, why change things when I'm getting fucking... Like, this, they have a reading fucking... a readathon thing at the school, and... Like, I'll commend Bella for how far she's come with her reading, because, like, you've known her since she was really little, and she took a long time to learn. Now she's like, we're at bookstores and she wants books.
Yeah.
And I'm I don't care how much I have to spend on. I think I spent like fucking $40 on books for her yesterday. Like.
Yeah.
And she struggled with reading, but she gets to the end of that fucking first year and she gets the same medal as everyone else. And I'm like, how the fuck did you get that? And she's like, oh, because I'm like, no, you can't read.
Yeah, legit, yeah.
Like, this is not helping. This is not, you might as well go throw it out. You might use it as a fucking sinker when we go fishing, because it's fucking useless. It means nothing. And then the next year, they all got a bronze one, and then the next year they all get a silver, and they all get a fucking gold.
Yeah,
like,
I think I know the thing. I might have done that at school before.
Yeah, and it's like, fuck. You had to have read 6 books to get the first one or something, right?
Like, look at the pictures.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, what? You read 6 books. I guarantee she couldn't have even showed me one book she'd read, because she hadn't. Because she couldn't. And that's a different part of the story. She learns shit slow, but she learns shit good. Like, same with the Muay Thai thing, man. Like, she's obviously got the laziness part of her, but she was such a slow learner in the beginning. It was just like those hanging out with me on pads thing that got her technique good and that. And when she tries, amazing to watch.
Yeah, great, yeah.
Amazing to watch. But trying to get her to try is the other side, which is the exact result of participation awards.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, no one wants to actually try.
Yeah, which then, what does that lead to? Not needing to set goals.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get there anyway. It's all linked together. Like your age was probably maybe a couple of years older than you were. Like the first, they started doing it in my day. Like you get the end of the basketball season and everyone would get a medal, but then one person would get the MVP.
Best and fairest.
Yeah, best and fairest or whatever. I don't think they even have that anymore because you can't single out one kid. Unless it's in club soccer and stuff's different. Club sports are different.
Yeah.
But like
schools
and that, like even in school, I played for church. I played church basketball. Like now, it'll be just like, great everyone.
Yeah.
No, bullshit. You know, like it's fucking rough, bro. And it's trying to find that the people with the different mentality is so fucking hard. Like even trying to find hard workers. Which is what I say, like, man, you've got that bit covered. Like always. Like sometimes to the point where like you need to turn off a little bit more often to you know, like cruise through some sessions where you don't always have to be smashing it, you know?
Yeah.
And we are
be saying that.
Yeah, you are doing it a bit more now. You don't even realise it though. Where it's like, all right, you know,
I think I consciously do it. I'm like, I'm fucking tired, so I'll go a bit easier on these pads because I think with the amateurs, like you do everything because you know they're probably still not going to be fit.
Yeah.
But I know, even in my head, even when you say, because in my head it's not really like a shortcut.
No.
I'm not going to think of it in the fight and be like, oh, I'm gassed out because I didn't fucking run around the corner or something.
Because you know, you're experienced enough now to know how much you have to do to get to being fit.
Even like you said, the last fight, like that third round was pretty well non-fucking stop. And I got winded, and then after the fight, I was breathing alright.
Oh my god, like
yeah, it's pretty retarded.
Yeah, it was actually like hectic. Like you could literally just converse. Like how hard you went in that third round, but that's what happens when you train hard, and you've got that base covered. Because most people, like I reckon Jackie was fitter on the weekend than he was for his first fight.
Yeah,
but because he was fitter for his last one.
Yeah, he felt more gas.
He felt more gas this one, and in his head he's like, "Fuck, I haven't been at the gym. Fuck, I haven't been at the gym. Fuck, I haven't been at the gym." So, a lot of people gas out because of how they're thinking.
Yeah.
Because when you think you're tired,
you still got heaps more.
You do. You still probably got 70% of your gas tank left.
No one, especially like I see it with Connie, no one actually like. Probably 80% of the people at training don't actually gas themselves out in pads.
No.
Like you have the kick, double kick rounds and everyone's like, kick, double kick, oh I'm tired, there's 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
Like just fucking kill yourself.
You watch how much, you can still make full power for that whole time.
You're just gonna go on the bag after anyway.
Yep.
And probably...
do fuck all.
Yeah, and recover in a minute or fucking 2 rounds or something, you'll be fine.
Yep. Because that's the thing, like there is absolutely zero reason why you can't still be making full power man, I'm fucking fat and I'm fit and I could probably still do those pad rounds.
And those are good mental games for me because I know if I've just fucking done a kick, double kick for 3 minutes and then straight away done punches for 3 minutes, like full power, non-stop for 3 minutes, how am I going to gas out in the fight?
Yeah, man, and that's also what I say, right? Like it's that stuff, finishing off stuff, like where you're actually throwing your knees in, like that and sprints. Those 3 things as a fighter is where 80% of your fitness comes from.
Yeah.
And the other 20 is from everything else. Like whether it be your warm-up runs or whether it be your skipping or your sparring, your this, your that, everything. 80% of it is those 3 things as a pro fighter.
Yeah.
Or as a more experienced amateur.
For me, warm-up runs are the indication of how fit I am.
Yep.
Because I'm running to South Road, everyone says I run fucking real quick. Ridiculous. For me, it's like, I'm just going and I look at my watch and it's like fucking 140 BPM or something, and I'm like lapping people. I'm like, okay, I'm fit.
Yeah.
I'm having a full conversation, my heart rate's down, and I'm running.
So
I'm fit.
And the thing is, you've always trained hard though, like right from day one, which is where a lot of people go wrong. They come in and it's like everyone wants to be the superstar without doing the superstar shit. And I think, there's there's obviously a positive and a negative in pretty much everything, the yin, the yang, whatever. Your shit social media presence is probably why you're the way you are as far as how hard you train.
Yeah.
But your conscious thought is now going to have to be, do that shit.
Yeah.
The shit that sucks.
Yeah.
And like me doing it through, like, it's just part of who I am now, but fuck, I was the same as you.
Yeah.
I was like, why the fuck should I have to tell everyone how good I am?
Yeah. For me, it's just I like being alone, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck if he sees what I'm doing because I'm doing it for me.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately now people are invested in you financially now.
Yeah.
Like promoters pay for someone to come in for you to fight, all that sort of
100%,
like your job, part of your job is to sell tickets and you're going to do it anyway. Like you're an ethnic, bro. Like you're selling tickets no matter what.
Yeah, true.
Probably more than covering your costs of what it costs to get you in, I would say.
Yeah.
And most of your family are going to buy ringside seats, and it's
Yeah, I think they all did. Yeah.
Yeah, and straight away, man, they're $90 a pop.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's not cheap.
No, it's not. But at the same time, it's not cheap to put on a show.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
pay your fighters.
Yeah, and even with, what's the biggest purse you've got so far?
Probably
1,000.
That means Moe. Yeah.
Yeah, 1,000. And man, when you think about it in the scheme of things, it's fuck all money, right?
Yeah.
But
you could just work for the week.
Yeah. But the way I kind of look at it though is, man, you got 10 fights on a card, and if everyone's on a minimum of 600, that's 12 grand. Like just
money,
and that's just $600 purses.
Yeah.
Like if everyone's on 1,000,
It seems like fuck all, but it's a lot.
yeah. So that 600 or 10. Yeah. So, man, you're looking at 20 grand if everyone's on $1,000. And that's fuck all purses. Like that's small purses. When you got people out there who are, even 2.5, 3, fucking fight, whatever.
Yeah, this adds up.
Man, these shows are fucking expensive to put on. So that's where it's not like, oh, fucking, like the mentality needs to be, I'm covering my bit, but I'm also making money so that the promoter can continue promoting. Because that's our job, that's why I try and share as much stuff. Man, these little interviews and stuff that I do leading up, like, man, they're nothing. But the thing is, I'm doing
your part.
Yeah, and I'm kind of lucky where my opinion matters in this sport.
Yep.
So if I'm posting stuff about this show, people might go, oh, maybe this show is...
Yeah, people are going to watch.
Yeah, and I don't get a lot of views on it all, but it might be another 10 faces that see or hear of a show they didn't know about before.
Yeah, and then that has links and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
People.
And, I know there's people in Thailand that watch the show because of us. And I know of people that, a friend of mine in America, I believe, he was watching it. A friend of mine in Canada was watching it.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't posting on social media, they wouldn't know.
Probably wouldn't notice on.
Yeah, and the thing is, you've got, a reach to people who are outside of the circle, and you got pre-Muay Thai friends and all that sort of stuff. I've got friends now who have never done Muay Thai, they'll never do Muay Thai, but I've known them since I was a kid. They've come to shows because they've seen that I posted there was a show.
Yeah.
It's...
Yeah, for us, we know it's always on, but for other people, it's like, oh,
they don't, and that's our job as, whether it be me as a trainer, as a gym owner, man, even just as a Muay Thai person. Like I share shit that doesn't make dollars for people that I even know.
Yeah.
this show's on and so, you know, this fight's on. What an amazing matchup. Like, only because, I suppose, for me, I owe Muay Thai, you know, like I owe Muay Thai my life. How do you feel as a human, like you've developed because of Muay Thai? Like,
oh, fucking, I couldn't even put into words, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you met me a year before Muay Thai and then met me now, you wouldn't even think I'm the same person.
My biggest thing is, for my judgment, like from the outside, is fuck, imagine at the start of 2020 trying to get you, even if you knew everything, trying to get you to run a class.
Oh, no, impossible.
Yeah.
Even the first time I ran a class, I shit my pants, but it's... yeah, I wouldn't open my mouth, I wouldn't talk, I was really quiet. I think it was just more...
socially retarded.
Yeah, socially retarded, but just didn't like myself.
Yeah.
I wasn't confident in myself. Yeah. Anytime I'd open my mouth, I'd think people would be like, "Why the fuck's this guy talking?" When now...
Oh, bro, I can't wait, because I'm actually going to cut this bit out and I'm sending it straight to Jackie.
Yeah.
Because from hard work, you now love yourself. You now believe in yourself.
Yeah.
This is like...
And you have confidence, because you know people come up to you and they talk to you, and at the start I'm thinking, why is this guy... But then like some random people just say shit to you.
They do.
Oh, you're an inspiration, and I'm like, get the fuck. But then you think about it and you're like, I've actually...
Maybe I am.
I actually have done... I did fuck all with my life.
Yep.
And then I made that switch, and now for 5 years I've been doing Muay Thai, and completely different person.
Do you know what, man? This is like... Don't find a reason to not talk about the beforehand thing as well. Hey, like you do a great honor to yourself and to the people who are watching you to do, like, you know, like a side by side of you as a stoner and you, like a photo of you like fucking ripped off your fucking head playing video games and the change, and explain, you know, talk about what, not because I'm trying to sell Muay Thai, but because what doing something in life has done for you.
Yeah, it's going to do for you.
Mate, like stepping away from where you're comfortable and where you disliked yourself and didn't have any belief in yourself, to, man, Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know, like it's...
Yeah.
That bro, I can almost guarantee, like, this time last year, you would have stayed on your ass.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't from the first one, maybe from the second one, definitely the third one.
Yeah.
It would have been like, I'm not getting up. Like, it can suck. But you also now don't have the choice to go back to that.
No.
Which is these things where you lose an excuse.
Yeah, they're steps.
Yeah.
They're
like,
steps,
yeah, that's one of those excuses you've lost now, where it's just like, oh,
like, go this way, whichever way you go, it's fucking...
Yep.
It's only that way.
Yeah, for sure. So, like, from here on in, fuck, man, no matter how fucking hurt you are, you've got to have that fight in you. And that's great. That's the way you lose those fucking... You lose the... People say reasons, I say excuses, but you lose the excuses as to why you're not being your best.
Well, and the thing is, like, as much as anyone says it fucking hurts, if you stay down, it's going to hurt more.
Man, all you do is fucking think about it.
I said it to everyone. I was like, if I stayed down for any of them, like, I was fucked. That third one, I was fucked. Like, I could have very easily stayed down, and I was like, nah, I'm going to get up. And if I fucking...
Fuck, when you walked away from him, I thought he was going to fucking stop it, eh? Like, when you walked away and then turned around to come back, I was like, well, as soon as you turned your back, I was like, fuck, he's going to stop it.
Yeah.
And like, you turned around just in time for it. You're lucky it was Alan.
I thought it was good, yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky it was Alan. You're lucky it was Alan.
Remember not to do that.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a fucking quickly to reset, turn around, and then, yeah.
Yeah, better off looking at the ref going, let's fucking do this, you know? Like, but yeah, it's like, those, once you make those, man, I went through similar shit in my career, you know, whereas I say it, you know, I don't have fuck all regrets. But there's certain, you know, like, if I was me and had, in this day and age where I had the access to what I have the access to, or you guys have the access to, fuck, man, like, I think I would have gone down as a fucking, in history as a fighter. Like, I had all of it there. And all my steps were this big, because they were learnt the hard way. instead of knowing what I can, speaking to people and this and that. Like, man, sports psychologist, I didn't know what the fuck a sports psychologist was.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, well, fuck, I barely even knew what it was.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And it's like me living in Thailand, like, who the fuck do I talk to? Like, my mum, my grandma. Like, when I was feeling like shit, I'd ring my grandma. Or I'd speak to Paul Zabisky, like the masseuse. Like, imagine if I had a sports psychologist that I could fucking get online and just chat with at my fingertips, you know? Like, man, I didn't even have a fucking smartphone.
True, yeah.
I never had internet on a phone until about 6 months into living in Australia.
Yeah, wow.
Like, back in Australia in 2014, I'd never had internet on a phone. Like, that's how fucking hectic it was, Like, I was so out of touch with I had to put credit on my fucking phone in Thailand so I could call my grandma to whinge about how shit I felt.
Yeah.
Imagine if all I had to do was like message fucking...
Yeah, get on Facebook.
Yeah,
get on
Instagram. And message my fucking... My sports psychologist and go, hey, I just had this fight and I'm feeling like this, da-da-da-da. Oh, yeah, man, try this, whatever. Like, go fucking count the fucking ripples on a tree or something, whatever. Like, I don't know what they do, but I know they work.
Yeah.
But this is that... I came from so far behind without the knowing how to fucking get out the other side of it, without the tools that are there now. Like, even the YouTube thing, there was fuck all on YouTube.
Yeah,
you could watch fights, you could watch fucking car stuff, but there wasn't people
helping stuff,
and people putting their stuff out there. Everything was for sale back then, whereas now it's like everyone to sell, you've got to give away free first. So if you live off of everyone's free shit, it's good, but you're only going to get so far on that, which is why they only give, like, everyone knows what they're giving away. Like me with my technique drills and stuff on social media, man, I got no secrets. If you come to me and want to learn how to do something, I'll teach you.
Yeah.
But there's only so much I can teach through. If you're trying to learn off my shit off YouTube, you're only going to get so far.
Yeah.
But if you come and talk to me, it's like a sports psychologist. If you're just going off of what a famous one and what they talk about on social media, even for nutrition, when like Peter gets on there and he does his things, and there's no, it looks like there's no secrets, because there's not. But the minute you're paying him and he's giving you every fucking bit of advice you need, like, even your whole thing is your weight cut. Like, that's your number one focus. And I look at you this time as that was the fucking best I've ever seen you at a weigh-in. It was the Jason when he fought Pantong, and because you said you didn't keep it a secret. The time before, you were still, oh man, if I felt like having a little bit more, I'd have a little bit more. I'd keep a little bit more. You were too worried about fueling your training instead of the actual target, which was that.
Yeah, this time I just fucking...
To the T.
Pushed it, yeah.
Bro, and honestly...
I did look better.
Bro, and come Monday where it was...
Like fight week.
Still doing your pads. Yeah, that was the first day you'd actually looked shit. Like, as in, like, tired.
Yeah.
Like, the other days...
I still had heaps of energy somehow.
Yeah, because it's that... It's the same with the sports psychologist.
Probably mental.
Yeah, you learn all the little things.
Because on the bag, I felt like a retard. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to hit pads right now. And then I started hitting pads. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. When you got time to think about it and but your body is fueled enough. But that would probably be some of that subconscious, not PTSD stuff, but that stuff because you've been. When my weight's coming down, I fucking got no energy. And
it's probably still because it's the times I have actually been doing it properly to the times I've just winged it.
Yeah.
And then I've still been eating carbs on a Monday because I need it for training or for this and that.
Yeah.
It's probably slowly coming together better now.
And sometimes it even looks shit. Like, you come Monday and it's fight week and it's like fucking eyeballs hanging out of your fucking head. And Jason was the same when he fought Pantong, but he weighed in at 64 kilos for that fight, And it was like, you could see he was just totally fucking, it was just skin and bone, but still blew out to his sort of normal, little bit under, like you were as well, right?
Yeah.
Normally you were probably like a 72, whereas you're like a 70 and a half or something.
70 and a half,
yeah. So that's that, but that's also that kilo and a half probably that you didn't have to struggle with, where you would have been going, fuck, I hate this shit.
100% that.
And you didn't lose power.
Because it was a fairly easy weight cut, like it's still shit.
Yeah.
Like at times I was sitting in there, I was like, fuck, like this is gay. But when I stood on the scales, I think it said 63.7 or something. And I was like, all right, I just sat down on the floor. I think I fucking watched YouTube, the video I was watching for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yep.
And I was like, all right, when my brain stops fucking, I was waiting till my heart rate goes down, I think.
Yep.
When my heart rate goes real low, like back to sort of normal, I'm gonna get in there for another like 5-10 minutes and then I'm done. And then that was it.
Yeah.
But if I had to then get on the scales and it said 64.8, I would have been like, fuck. Like,
yeah.
Still another kilo
Which that was...
I have done that multiple times.
That was 1774 at the start of the year.
Yeah.
That was where...
That was...
Because that's the one I'm thinking of, where you were still over-fueling, you were just giving yourself more energy for training, and there was that 500 grams to go.
I think that was the first one with nutrition.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But it was, the worst one was, I was at Deramit's because I didn't have the home sauna at that time. The home sauna is a fucking game changer.
Game changer.
Because you can just put YouTube on or get a mate over and there's no dickheads asking you fucking
get your mate to hide inside it while the other mate cuddles you and caresses your head. For those who haven't seen that video.
When you're at fucking Deramit's and shit, everyone's being like, oh, when are you fighting? How many fights you had? Da, da, da. And I'm like retarded, depleted.
Yeah, don't talk to me.
And yeah, I'm trying not to start a fight in the sauna when I'm depleted. But I reckon I was in there for ages. I couldn't even see almost at that point. And then I stood on the scale and it said like 66. It was like 63.5. I was like, oh my God, this is fucked.
Yeah. I think a big thing, and I'm even thinking about recommending most of the guys get one of those
things.
Because your
They're
head...
not that expensive, are they?
Nah, but your head being outside, game changer. Cold towel on your head.
I had the fucking fan on because it was hot anyway.
Yep.
It was like 38 degrees outside, but I had the fan on. Fan was going like, it's pretty much over there.
Yep.
And I was in the middle. Fan was going. My body was hot as fuck. My head was fairly cool.
Yep.
I'd get out and you just, those things, I don't know if it's different with the water sauna because it's pretty much like a little kettle.
Yeah.
And it just blows steam in there. The water's boiling.
Yep.
But I'd go like that, scrape the fucking water off, scrape the water off, and then straight away go back to my arm, and I'm scraping fucking shit.
So the science that I know from, because I used to do a lot of sauna and a lot of steam room, but I used to love the steam room. It opens your pores up and cleans out your pores. So I think it's flushing shit while it keeps them open, I reckon, because it's trying to flush stuff out.
Okay.
It's actually way healthy for you. Like it's like super healthy to clean.
You probably put shit in there and make it better for you anyway.
Yeah.
The water, but
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing it like when you're doing your practice runs and stuff, and which is really...
Yeah, when I did one, I got in it for like 20 minutes just in the fucking lounge room.
Yeah.
I lost like 800 grams.
What's it called? Acclimation or something? Is that what it...
Heat acclimation.
Heat acclimation. Like Peter talks about it.
Yeah,
and it
helps.
Game changer. Because that's my thing. I was doing that. I didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah.
I used to just, every Thursday night after training, I used to finish a little bit earlier on a Thursday night because it was even like not in fight prep, but outside of fight prep, I'd finish a little bit earlier on a Thursday night and I'd go to the aquatic centre and I'd do sauna like every Thursday night. I didn't even realise how much that was helping me for my weight cuts.
Especially even, against 774 with Kyle, I hadn't sauned since fucking, who did I fight before that? It would have been Tungi, I think. Tung.
Fuck, was it?
Maybe.
You didn't fight at the end of last year? No. Nah. Yeah, it was Tungi. Yeah, sorry, it was because it was Quang.
Broke
then
my nose.
then Tungi 5 weeks later, and then that was it for the year, right?
And then Kyle. Yeah. So I hadn't sauned since that.
Fuck.
And then I just decided to get in the sauna from almost 69 kilos and cut to 63.
Yeah, because
your brain just fries.
I even noticed because when I was at the same gym that me and Benji were going to where they got shut down, dodgy Greeks. I started going there, man. I was lucky if I was in there for 7 minutes. And I was cooked. And then all of a sudden I was doing like 40-minute stints in there. Like as long as no dickhead was like pouring bucket loads of water on there or covering over the thermostat.
Why the home sauna's better as well.
Yeah, man, it's set.
You get the wankers that come in there and, can I pour water on the thing? It's like, no. And then he just pours water on it. And then I'm in there for fucking 20 minutes. Yeah. And he's out in 7 minutes because he just poured water on it. I want to fucking get out there and punch him in the
almost
head.
had a fight one night at the gym, like where I went out, like I was like, fuck you cunts, you know, like, and I walked out and the dude's like, fucking what? Like whatever. Anyway, so I went and fucking sat in my car and I waited for the dude to come out. Like I was so fucking pissed off because like they come in, they put wet paper towel over the thermostat and then pour bucket loads of, but man, they stay in there for literally like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like you've actually done nothing for your body.
You've just burnt your skin.
Yeah, it's like minimum 20 minutes, 30 minutes is good. Like in a sauna to get start getting the stress, whatever they fucking call it, I can't remember what it's called, but where you have to like get your stress level, your body's stress levels up, whatever, whatever it is, I don't know, fucking can't figure it out. But I know it's good for you.
Yeah.
And then these fuckers come in and do that, and I was just like, fuck's sake, can't you cunts just fucking leave it? And then I was like sitting out in my car, I'm like, I'm just gonna bash this dude when he comes out of the car park, hey. And then, right, like that, this is probably one of my biggest changes in life where I then go, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna get myself locked up because some dude put water on the fucking sauna. I'll just come back tomorrow night.
True, yeah.
Yeah. And then later on, that dude ended up fucking like finding out who I was and asking me for advice, and he went and he started Thai boxing. Went to Thailand, went and trained at Powerhouse for a bit, went and stayed at the gym. It was like pretty funny, like somehow fucking, I don't know how he figured it out.
Positive.
But yeah. And that's the thing though, bro, if I bashed him, it wouldn't have, right?
No, you get fucked up.
Yeah, then I'm the one that gets in trouble.
Like someone does something stupid, but
like I love slapping people, but I just don't anymore. Yeah. Like, except for my fighters, of course. But oh man, Saturday night. I haven't done like the pinky slap in a long time.
Yeah, I know.
And
I haven't felt it.
I think I hit Rig on the back of the head at one point, and there was like a big slap on his back at one point. I'm like, man, do I just give him one? Like, because he used to have this mouth guard that he couldn't even get out of his mouth. And I was like, do I see if I can get his mouth guard out with my palm? Like, this shit's all going through my head just because I was doing those little fuck ups, you know? I was like, do I just belt him? Like,
fuck hell.
Yeah, like, and the thing is, like, even just since that, like, how much the scene has changed in the last 2 years. Like, now there's a proper amateur scene. It's actually opened the door for at the pro shows to be a little bit more professional. Like, as far as there was such a blurred line between the two that didn't really matter what you did at either. It was the same shit, different arsehole. Whereas, even like, obviously you had your padded fights and stuff, but what the guys get now as amateurs, like obviously your last couple were Muay Vic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it was a mixture. You had that, you had fucking Vama, you had fucking this, you had that.
Padded, unpadded, padded, unpadded.
Yeah. And whereas now it's like there's such a clear pathway, which has literally been the last 2 or 3 years that it's really, last 2 years, that it's, now I would say 3 because of the, obviously it was the years that I've had 50 fights and stuff for the gym, like we've had 50 fights. Those years have been the ones where we've had it was probably halfway through 2022 that we started doing the Muay Vic thing and
I
like went from doing Vama to doing that. Yeah.
I had a few.
Yeah. And then it was like, fuck, it's so different. We stopped doing all the other shit, walked away from things like SA Muay Thai League recently as well because it was starting to go down the Vama pathway more than the Muay Thai Vic.
Yeah, it's pretty shit.
Yeah, and man, at the same time, like, I say it about particular promotions, there's a place for them. And that's with the guys that don't do Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Like, go for it.
If you want a street fight with gloves on, go to Muay Thai League.
Yeah, and then go on from there to like things like Knees of Fury.
Yeah, Diamondback.
Or Diamondback, or go over to, and man, as I say, there's a place for them, but not for Muay Thai people. And that's, people always want to talk about that whole, oh man, like this, it's like the clique, the Muay Thai clique. Man, it's really easy to be in that clique. It ain't a negative thing. It's, you just got to be doing Muay Thai.
Yeah,
and you've got
respect part of it.
Yeah, having Muay Thai at heart.
Don't just do it to fight, in a sense.
Yes.
Like, do it all.
Yeah. Yeah, be
Like
Muay
what I
Thai.
said to the amateurs at that time when you were talking about the run Muay.
Yep.
Like, don't just be like, oh, fuck, why do we have to do the run Muay on a Wednesday? The run Muay for me is one of the most important things about the fight.
Right.
Because, like I've said to people, I might get nervous, but by the time I had not even finished sealing the ring, my opponent had done his run Muay. Like, he just sealed the ring pretty much.
Yep.
So I did a whole nother bit when the crowd's watching me.
He's standing there stewing his own juices.
Before I fought. So everyone's watching me do something
Yep.
before I've actually fought.
Yep.
And then, if you believe in it, which you really should,
Yep.
you actually protect yourself. And
Yep.
I say it to everyone. I don't know how it happens, how it works, but you throw a fucking kick and hit someone's knee, inspiring with a shin pad on, and you got a fucking lump on your shin for 6 weeks.
Yeah, man.
He threw a full power leg kick at me and I blocked it. I felt it like in the fight, and there's fucking nothing there.
Nothing. Yeah,
there's
man.
actually something that protects you in that ring if you believe in it and do it properly.
It's exactly what we learn in like the Sakyan, like the Sayasat, the Thai magic and stuff. He who has faith will have protection. And I actually said the other night, I had a chat with Muhammad after his fight, and I was like, he said, I said something about, man, like training people now is just so fucking hard. They're all bitches, you know, like, and he's like, he goes, man, the people are different now or something. I go, but do you know what? Like, you're the same age as these guys that I'm training, that are coming through, like new guys that join the fight team and all that sort of stuff. But you got faith in something.
Yeah.
Like I go, I would love a team just full of Muslims, because it's for so much more than just Instagram. You know, like he does all the social media, the stuff that he has to do and all that, but he's doing it for Allah, man. You know, like and he goes out there knowing that Allah's got his back.
Yeah, he's protected.
Yeah, and it's that same thing, like you said, like everyone goes and gets sakyant, everyone goes and does this. This is another thing that puts my fucking hairs on end, you know, like you go and get, I know so many people with sakyant, man. You're one of the only people I know who actually believes in it. Like it's a small number, and it's knowing that, being aware enough that there is so much more to this world than this physical shit that's around us.
I think it's some of the experience I had in some of the years I had off.
Yeah.
Not in the breaks I had. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know that there's something else that's
for sure
pushing everything.
Yeah, there is, and having faith in something gives you faith in yourself, because I'm not saying become a born again Christian or something.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, don't just get caught up in your thoughts. Know that doing the right thing and having belief in something gives you something back. Like me having belief and you know, like I told you, I started going back to the Thai temple after a long time. I stopped going because of the gossiping and the groups, the little sects in the temple that hate each other, and was one group sets up over here and one group sets up over here, and they hate each other, and they just gossip. And now my purpose for going is so different, and I'm going there and I'm doing like Antoine yesterday. Mrs. and Bella sat outside. My missus like made me get out of bed to go because I told her I wanted to go, and I didn't get home until really late Saturday night. And she's like, "You going to the temple? We're going to the temple. Let's go, do it." And I go to Antoine, "You coming inside with me?" He's like, "Yep." We go inside. We both do our 3 bows. He does these little bits of chants that he remembers and that. Then it's like, all right, meditation time. And Antoine's like, "Oh, how long are we going to be doing it for?" And I'm like, "I don't know, probably 5 minutes or so." He's like, "Okay." But I could hear his breathing. I knew exactly, he was meditating, bro. And he's a bit of a chip off the old block. Like I remember sending a video of him chanting to Ajahn Toy, and Ajahn Toy was like, "He's way better than you'll ever be." Like, there's something in him, you know? And I think, you know, he'll go through some shit in life to really figure out that sort of stuff. But man, my faith in what I've learnt through, whether you want to call it religion or whatever, like I considered myself a Buddhist for most of my adult life. I wouldn't now. I follow the Buddhist teachings and stuff, but I'm definitely, that gay ass word, like a spiritualist sort of thing. But the fact that I have faith in something more than me helps me on the days when it's fucking hard.
Yeah, it's hard to put the word on it because, like I've said it to lots of people, it's like toxic spirituality. Like everyone says toxic this, toxic that. Everyone thinks they're fucking some spiritual mastermind that's got no ego, but
it's all the ego that's fueling it.
Ego that they're talking about.
Yeah.
Just fucking be you, and that's it, really.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like these people who are pumping the spirituality thing, man. If you're really as far into this stuff as you say you are, like you sound like you're about to hit enlightenment. How the fuck are you on Instagram?
Yeah, true.
How the fuck is money still a thing to you?
You should be in the fucking middle of the paddock just meditating for your life.
Exactly. And there's place for teachers. But the teachers, like me as a fighter, I was never that good because I think I was a born teacher. It's like I was training people, and people who are getting quite good from 4 years from zero, from starting Muay Thai. Like I started training people to fight through Sam, Sam letting me train particular people and help hold pads for fighters and whatnot. And these days I think 4 years is a long time in the game as such. But back then when we didn't have all the access to what we have access to now, it was a bit different. But when I look at it, I'm like, fuck, I was only like 4 years in there and I'm like holding pads for this and I'm teaching them that and I'm breaking down this and breaking down that. Like, crazy. Like it buzzes me out but I think that's because I was a teacher right then as well, which is why I did, which is when you go back to these spiritualists, these spiritual people, they don't talk like you've found it, like you've reached it. Be honest about that, the path. I wasn't a world champion because I wasn't fucking good enough to be world champion as such, like maybe I would have been if I'd fixed the other shit. Yeah. But I know all the steps to get to that level. I know how to be world champion. And I don't have to have been world champion to be able to teach you to be world champion. Yeah, yeah. And this is where, some people say, I only, train under someone who has been a fighter and been a champion or whatever, or experienced pro fighter. I don't totally agree with that because some people learn the hard way a lot. Some people, like I've been using Benji as an example, like he wants to do it all right. Yeah. So he won't leave under my wing until he's ready to. Yes. Yeah. And the overconfidence of people today to be like, I'm the fucking guru, is the problem. Like you see it, there's trainers coming through in Adelaide or trainers who have never really disappeared who should not be fucking training people. Like they're not linked with the right people. They're linked with the people who enable them. Yep. Yeah. Or they're not linked with anyone. Yeah. Like they think they can do it all on their own and they have 3 fights and they hated their trainer or whatever. And man, it's common. It's actually fucking, like I can probably think of 3 off the top of my head right now that have done it. Whether it's right or wrong is a different story, but it's definitely not correct. Yeah. It might be right because it wasn't the relationship that suited them, but it's not correct. And it's not the way to get the best things for your students. You're best to be under the wing of someone who's experienced and listen to what they have to say. And man, my door's fucking open always. Yeah. Like I've got no fucking secrets. I'll teach any trainer anything. Yes. Yeah. Because one thing I've talked about a lot is when Cody fought Seb, I thought we're beating Sebastian for sure, because at that stage he couldn't really clinch, but he was coming down to clinch with us.
Yeah.
And I was like, and all of a sudden he beat us with what Jason had taught him.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Like, great for the sport. Because you know what that means? Someone like Cody, who wasn't worthy of it, he wasn't good enough, and he wasn't. Like, I would love for him to have stuck around and kept on doing it. He's another Steve. Like, one day, potentially.
Potentially, yeah.
And there is potential there for both of those guys. But it's going to be a journey.
Oh, it's, yeah.
And like me, like they're going to be a me. And fuck, if they stick to it, then it's good. But at that time, for Cody to not beat him because of something that he'd learned from us,
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That's cool. It means that we then have to step up, and he didn't get an easy win that could have been an easy win. If at the time Sebastian hadn't been training with us, he wouldn't have known to, well, Cody's got his head there to push his face off and then just start kneeing. And we would have just latched on and kneed him. Cody would have got a win
rounds,
Cody would have got like probably an easy win. And yeah, he may have stuck around because of that. But also, do you want people to stick around because they got a win?
If you're going to stick around because you got that one win, he's probably going to leave anyway.
100%. So, what's obviously we come to the end of the year. What's your plans? What are we going to do for the next? What do you got planned for the next month or so? Because we obviously got the whole month of the year to go. Obviously
still
training.
Going to be training. Just have a bit of fun. No, not obviously too much fun. Just gonna be with family. We've got Christmas coming up.
Yep.
Obviously not blow out too much.
Are you going away this week?
Yeah.
Yeah. You going to Melbourne?
Yeah.
You going to Rebellion?
No, I didn't even know it was on, but I might. We'll see. We'll have to see.
It'll be good.
Be there for Saturday.
It'll be sick. Date, man, it'll be sick.
But yeah, with that, and then we're going to Riverland in Christmas.
Cool.
Just a few little things.
Yeah.
And then fucking see how we go next year.
Straight back into it.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, man. The good thing, like I don't know of any like the big show announcements and stuff. Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head. But it's definitely, the new year's going to be different, man. Like, we're covering all the bases, like whether it be at your level or whether it be at the amateur beginner level. It's going to be covering the bases that I'm expecting out of each of those levels, or not even worry about it.
Yeah, because it gets to a point where it's fucking, it does your head in.
Bro.
And like you said, not everyone's, no one's the same, but it's like no one's the same as even when I started, because you didn't have any of those things when I started, because we just genuinely wanted to do it.
Bro, your first fight, I said it to Greg on Saturday. I think you were there when I said it, but your first fight, Greg, Shari's first one, Connie, Simon, Johnny. Johnny was the exception to the rule in that group. But that was the last time I had a group where everyone just worked together, everyone pushed each other, everyone wanted to succeed.
Yeah.
And that, Pang out fought that day and fucking, man, it was like 10 people on the card.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, it was like 10 out of 14 fights. And it was literally everyone was working to that same goal.
Yeah, everyone actually wanted to do it.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And I think that was the last time. That was that last group. That group.
They're just existing now sometimes at the gym.
Yeah.
You see them and you're like,
go 5G.
what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Turn it off on your phone.
Yeah. Bro, our phones don't even have it in them.
Huh?
There's a dude online who pulls phones apart to show you there's nothing 5G in them.
Really?
Yep. It's got nothing to do with...
I'll turn it off anyway.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with it's got nothing to do with telecommunications. It's all to do with everything else.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Fine, everyone, but what do you do?
Yeah, exactly. But so, man, we'll leave it at that.
Fuck yeah.
Great chat. We'll do another one sometime next year and see where we're at then. And obviously, keep chasing some shit.
Yeah,
appreciate you coming on, man.
Thank you.
Good little catch up post fight. So instead of I'll do a separate interview with Rig, I suppose, to talk about how he feels. But he's pretty miserable, so we'll leave it a few days, let him get over it. But yeah, thanks heaps, man. Appreciate it.
Good.
Love you, bro. Cheers. So there you have it. Some of the Pana story. Obviously, there was a lot of me talking in it, but I hope you guys take some stuff out of that, because if nothing else, take away that Muay Thai will make you love yourself. Like the challenges, the shit you put yourself through. This one was like really deep, was special. Like I had some real, spine tingling moments in it where we were talking and he mentioned a few things and got my mind going and stuff. So I hope you guys can take as much out of it as man, I have just listening to it, reminding me of particular things and cementing in me that I am doing good in this sport with helping people. I'm not just might not be creating the world beaters, but where people are beating their own demons and getting better at life because of the way we're doing things and stuff. So yeah, I hope you really enjoyed that one, and see you all again next week. Thank you so much for supporting, and please do the whole like, subscribe and all that kind of stuff. Thanks very much, guys. Khop kun khap.